Hey guys, this is Mike,
It's me, Matt.
and this is the Matt and Mike podcast experience, 5th anniversary edition of. This is actually the 5th episode. Yeah, I guess we could just keep going forever because, we're just done.
Well, what about when we're inducted into the Podcast Hall of Fame?
I don't know who's gonna induct us. Like, who will be our
Pod-E-Cast?
Poddy
Podcast?
podcast?
All right, we're off to a horrible
What
start.
was that?
I'm sorry.
So we're gonna, as usual, start with news first,
Actually,
or not.
I need to introduce a new segment.
Oh god.
Hang on. Because
Matt, I don't know what Matt's doing. This is like a...
the bosses at the Matt and Mike podcast experience passed this down to me.
Oh.
We got this new segment is called Listener Feedback.
Oh.
Because we got a letter.
We did?
Yeah. It's an
Oh,
actual
wow.
physical letter.
The Matt and Mike podcast experience headquarters.
Yeah, like we haven't even given out our physical address really, so I don't know how
Well,
this letter.
hopefully we don't. Do you
So,
want to open it?
You can open it. I figured we'd read it on the air.
Oh, man.
I hope it's good. So yeah, for listener feedback, just leave comments
Yeah.
or send physical letters, and we'll try to respond to them.
Hopefully this person isn't a rebel sympathizer. Okay. So it says...
It's handwritten.
It is.
Wow.
They hand wrote it on a piece of paper. How is that possible?
What is this?
I
The
thought they would
Stone Ages?
digitally do it. Dear Matt and Mike, on listening to last week's episode, I was shocked to hear Mike call me disgusting. How dare you?
Oh boy.
Is the Mona Lisa disgusting? Is Citizen Kane disgusting? My movies are art. Art is not disgusting. That's to be debated. You will face retribution for this. I will throw you in a pit full of bones where you will be eternally tortured. Watch your backs. Love the podcast. Sincerely, D. Argento.
Oh man.
Well,
Oh.
whatever, that guy's old.
Yeah.
Dario Argento.
Our first feud, I guess.
I know.
So, do you stand by what you said?
Yeah.
All right.
He hasn't got shit on us.
I'm with you. The movies I've
Until
seen.
he shows up, then I'll apologize.
He's going to throw you in a pit of bones.
If he's got a pit of bones, I think he's probably in trouble with the law.
I like how he compared his movies to Citizen Kane. That's a bit of a stretch. And the Mona Lisa.
More like Citizen Rain.
All right. Thanks for your feedback.
Yeah, if anybody else has like comments, good or bad, leave them and we will read them.
Man, it's a little off-putting.
Oh, jeez. Acting, it's free, folks. Okay, so do you want to go first?
In the segment we call Nerd News.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
Unless you want to go first.
I'll give that honor to you since you let me open the letter.
All right. My news is, and this, I don't even think it's really news, but George Lucas said there will be more Indiana Jones movies.
That's awesome.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did. That's why I wrote 2 of these. Because I thought maybe one of these would be
Really?
that. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah,
Um,
that's really all the details that we know right now, but
right. I know that already they're having people that were like pulling for what's his face? The guy that was the Guardians of the Galaxy.
yeah,
be-
Chris Pratt.
Yeah. And there's other
I've heard Dan Stevens,
Dan Stevens.
who is in your favorite show, Downtown Abbey.
Oh yeah, who's he play?
I don't know, but I've seen him in a movie called The Guest, which he was awesome in. So
Interesting. I'll probably know
That's
exactly who he
rumor I've
is
heard.
once I like look him up on the internet.
Yeah.
But who has time for that?
yeah, I'm
is-
not really surprised by this news because like
Yeah, that's-
any franchise that has like name recognition,
Yeah.
they're gonna make more movies of. It's
Right.
just the way it works.
They're making a freaking Boba Fett movie for Christ's sakes.
Oh, God.
So they are definitely gonna make another Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah.
Especially now that Disney owns like I'm not saying they'll do a bad job because Disney's actually done a very good job with like their franchises for the most part, but like their what was I gonna say? I forget.
Would you want to see one more ride with Harrison Ford? Or should they just straight up reboot?
I don't want them to ever like I don't think I'd ever want them to reboot it.
Well, they're going to. It's guaranteed.
Yeah, but
It's just a matter of time.
I don't want that to happen. If
Well,
I had to choose,
Yeah. I
would.
Yeah. I was kind of thinking the same thing, but then I realized like Indiana Jones is a reboot of like the serials
Right.
from the 40s, so it's not like
At that
if you
point,
think of it
though,
that way.
they should just have like at this point they're waiting so long that it's gone past the point when they can just be like, this is Doctor Who or James Bond, where like a new actor takes over.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they could do that, and then it would start a trend, and I'd be totally fine with that.
I think
And that's what they should do. They shouldn't like reboot it and make like new like do like, hey, we're gonna do
Raiders
like
of the Lost
Lost Ark. They don't need to do that. They have other stories they can tell.
Yeah.
Like if they're gonna do sequels, and by sequels I mean like that kind of stuff, I'm totally fine. But I don't want them to like remake Raiders of the Lost Ark.
right. I totally agree with
I
you
could
on that
see
one.
them like rebooting the character and being like, okay, we're gonna have Chris Pratt be him this time, and then when he's done with his movie contracts of a couple movies, we're gonna have someone else take over. Like that's the perfect way to do it, in my opinion. Like if they're gonna do it, because they're gonna do it anyway. It's not like you can sit here and say, oh, I wish they wouldn't do it, because it's like it's gonna happen.
Right.
So that's just kind of the way things go, I guess.
And it's going to ruin the old ones.
I know, right?
No.
There's no
Only one person could ruin the old ones, and that would be George Lucas with inserting new characters.
There was one person that had a hand in that. His name was fucking Lucas.
Dun, 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 dun. We suffer.
Y'all. But yeah, I don't think they could ruin like the Crystal Skull movie.
Yeah, it was pretty much cinematic perfection.
It was ruined as soon as they shot it onto film. Cool. So
It had some cool scenes.
it did. So new Indiana Jones movie confirmed. That's
Yeah.
I think mine's kind of the same way. Like
All right.
they have more like Independence Day 2.
Yeah.
They've got more news.
I mean,
for
at this
that,
point,
but-
movie news just boils down to which sequel are they making now, or
Right.
which remake are they making now.
Right.
So none of this is really surprising anymore. They're
This
making a
is-
Full House reboot. Like,
Yeah, I know.
they reboot Full House.
This one actually has a release date though, June 24th, 2016. Apparently,
It's
everyone,
coming up.
everybody but Will Smith is going to be coming back. So
I'm
like
fine with that.
Jeff Goldblum, who is it? Bill Pullman will be back. He's not going to be the president, but he'll be the same character. There'll be a new person as president.
Right.
Obviously, because it's like supposed to be like 20 days later. Or 20 years later.
He lost the presidency in 20 days? Oh, shit!
I'd say he fucking blew it. He let the aliens attack. But yeah,
I heard that Brent Spiner's even going to
Yeah, he's gonna be
Didn't he
back.
die in the first one?
yeah, there was like the scene where like he got taken over by like the alien, but maybe he somehow like lived or something.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't specifically see him get like blown away or anything. It was just they shot
Like Will Smith shot him in the back of the
yeah.
head.
The Brent Spiner
That was a deleted
double
scene.
tap scene.
They should have.
They just killed Brent Spiner and that's it.
In real life.
Yeah, he's just like
Actually, that would be better than ending up in Master of Disguise, which Brent Spiner did. That's a fate worse than death.
he was funny in that movie.
He was.
Yeah, but the news isn't really.
Are you upset that Will Smith isn't going to be back?
Not really.
Yeah.
Will Smith's time is kind of over. I
Right.
think, in my
When's the
opinion.
last time he was in anything good? Like
Yeah.
Hancock?
Yeah,
That was
that's about it.
decent
Yeah,
at best.
like his time of like the, bringing like a funny situation to a very serious movie is kind of over.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's kind of playing like he's gonna play like Deadshot in the Suicide Squad movie, and damn it, that's what I should have fucking brought up. Not
Oh, you blew it.
well, Suicide Squad. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really show pictures from that because that's all they've got right now.
We can't talk about it according to the bylaws of this podcast.
That's
we
true.
only
Well, we
bring
can
up
talk
one
about
news
Will
item
Smith.
per week.
So Will Smith, he's going to be in that movie, and That's the only thing. I don't like. I'm not excited he's going to be in it, but he's just going to be in it. So it's like whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame that
Well, I don't really
Will
know what
Smith being in a
happened.
movie isn't very exciting anymore.
He used to be super exciting.
Right.
Now it's kind of like, eh.
I guess he made one too many stinkers.
I don't know what to say to that. Other than
Well,
it's true.
it's our farewell podcast.
It's our Farwell. Yeah, he was in. Yeah, I don't know. Back in the day, man, he couldn't do any. He could do no wrong. But now
Bad
it's
Boys
like,
2, he was hilarious.
Yeah. But this isn't the Will Smith podcast, so
Smithcast.
yeah. Let's move on to recommendations.
All right.
Do we have a name for this one, or is it just recommendation?
Recommendation Nation.
Nice. There you go.
Yeah.
C Nation. I'll give the honor to you again, sir.
Again?
Oh.
All right. So, I haven't talked about this in a while.
Paul Blart.
My recommendation is Paul Blart 1, the original masterpiece.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that on Blu-ray?
It is.
Nice.
I don't know why it hasn't received like a Criterion Collection edition yet, but I'm sure it will at some point. So, and that segue is beautiful in HD.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I guess
What's your recommendation?
My recommendation is
Just kidding. Oh,
What?
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, you wasted
Sorry.
your pick.
I derail the podcast every chance I get. My recommendation is a movie from 1956 called Marty.
Can't recommend it. It's too old. That movie's old.
It's black and white. It doesn't look good.
There's no color. Fuck it.
Where's that neon green all the kids love these days? That's extreme.
Also, loyalty, respect. Yeah.
Did you know Ernest Borgnine won an Oscar for Best Actor?
Yes.
It was for this movie, Marty.
Nice.
Yeah. I saw it recently. It's on Netflix Instant now. Mm-hmm. And it's a pretty great movie. It's just like Ernest Borgnine is like kind of a Ernest Borgnine type guy. Mm-hmm. He's like a dude living with his mom in his 40s, and he's kind of like...
Is that the typical Ernest Borgnine character?
Yeah.
Because he was... wasn't he cabbie, and...
Yeah.
Is that his backstory?
Well, I guess he doesn't really have a typical character. Sometimes he's like evil.
He plays different classes, but his actual backstory is always he lives with his mom. I guess. I'm a taxi, but I live with my mom over there.
But he goes out with his friends to a swing and dance club,
Yeah.
and he gets hooked up with a dog, like a real ugly chick.
Oh, yeah.
And he falls in love,
Nice.
even though she's not like actually even ugly in the movie. But
Right, but
They
the
all call
guys
her
are
that.
just like, oh, she's a dog.
and yeah, it's a
Does
nice
he
little
fight
movie.
his friends?
Not really, a little bit,
Yeah.
but he kind of just learns how to stand up and
Yeah.
be his own person.
Nice.
It's a good movie, and he's really good in it, so
Nice.
you'd probably like it.
So I want to address something you said earlier. You said Netflix Instant. Is
Yeah.
there something other than Netflix Instant?
Yeah, discs.
Does anybody do that anymore?
I do.
What? Are you serious? Are you
Hell yeah.
Are you for serious?
Yeah.
Why don't you talk
You can
to the
still get-
audience about the benefits of discs, Matt?
Well, first
Like,
of all,
do they have stuff that's like they have more on the discs? As far as do they have like more selection?
by 100%.
So just 100%?
Yeah.
Well, shit. It's not worth
Actually,
it.
that could
then.
mean anything.
From 0 to 60 in 5 hours.
But like, of all the movies in my disc queue, like 1% of those are available on Instant.
Oh, okay.
That's what I basically.
Okay, that's
Best way to
what
put
you
it.
mean or whatever. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And there are a ton of movies that aren't available on disc anymore. Like DVDs are going out of print, so it's harder and harder to find certain movies.
So what do? You just steal them?
No, I just don't watch them because they're not available.
That sucks.
And stuff on Netflix like goes away sometimes.
Yeah, that's
So-
true.
Yeah.
That's the end of this podcast.
I'm a disc man.
That's all I watch.
drive.
Drive discs.
If you get 4 of them, you can make a car.
Nice. This podcast sucks. So my recommendation, I couldn't really think of anything, so I'm just thinking of like something I've like played before. Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
All right.
Great game.
Nice.
I think that's the first game recommendation we've had on here.
Yeah.
which is weird because there's tons of games we could recommend. It's just this is the first time we've done it.
Okay.
So if anybody has, I'm thinking most people that that listen to this podcast know what Castlevania is, but
Yeah,
if you don't know what it is, it's pretty much look it
It's
up.
a castle with all these veins on it.
And like
Pennsylvania.
and then, Castlevania, you'll get caught up in shit. It's pretty much like Dracula, like the movie. Instead of like Van Helsing, it's the Belmont clan, and they each time have to like try to kill Dracula. But like this time, like this one was the
Dude,
first
I wish
one.
Dracula the movie was like that. Not
Yeah,
stop
true.
killing.
That's true. I got-
Dracula's totally boring.
Yeah, it's true.
Like a guy jumping around, like
Yeah.
swinging.
I'm actually kind of
Like
surprised they
dodging
haven't made a Castlevania movie yet.
I'm sure they will.
No.
It's only a matter of time.
Fuck that. They'd have to contact Konami, and I'm sure they would never do that shit.
Never say never.
Never say never again.
Again.
But Castlevania
Farewell
Symphony of the Night is the start of like a different kind of Castlevania. The other ones were more like Mario, like level based, where you would like go from level to level, and at the end of each level, that would be it. But like the Castlevania Symphony of the Nights were more like free roaming. Like you could go anywhere in the castle you wanted to, but you only had access to it at certain points. You know what I mean? I'm sure you played before, right?
Yeah. Although I've
It's
never
a lot
actually-
like Super Metroid. Like
I've never played this one.
this is
I
what
probably
when they
should.
started the whole thing called like Metroidvanias, where it's like Super Metroid, but in Castlevania style, where you get to a certain point and you find like, oh, these boots that can help you
Right.
like double jump or jump higher, and now you can go into more parts of the castle, and you can like level up in this one. There's a lot of other things you can do in the game that's really cool. And
Is it on like PlayStation Network?
Yeah,
Something like that
it's
I could-
it was originally like on PlayStation and Sega Saturn in Japan and America too, but I can't really remember.
PS1?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Have they made a remake of it at this point?
There was like this rumor that they, like last year at E3 they were going to reveal Castlevania Symphony of the Night 2 for 3DS, but it wasn't true, sadly.
Wow.
But that would have been
to play it, you
huge.
have to get the PS1.
Or you can
Yes.
get like PlayStation 3, like anything like PlayStation, like if you have a PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3 or like Vita, you can download it and play it.
Okay, cool.
So there's that. You can also go like online and probably just download it with like an emulator.
Yeah.
Because since it's a PlayStation thing, yeah, you have to do it that way. But the cool thing about this one is you play as Dracula's son, Alucard.
Dracula Jr.
Yeah, Kid Dracula.
He got his name from his uncle Dracula.
His Uncle D. Dracula. But yeah, you play as his son, Alucard, which is backwards for Dracula.
What?
So, oh my gosh. But there's other characters you can play once you beat the game, but that's pretty much it.
Nice.
It's pretty fun. I mean, if I like those ones more than the classical Castlevanias, but those still are fun too. It's
Those are too
just-
hard.
Yeah, they are really. I think that's maybe the reason why I don't. It's kind of like why I like Mega Man X more than I like regular Mega Man. On Mega Man X, you can cling on the walls, and in regular Mega Man, you can't. It's too hard.
Yeah.
Even Mega Man X, they start to get kind of hard, so it's like screw that.
You got to get a Game Genie for that.
Heck yeah, man. Game Genie, you'll forget all the codes because they don't program them in.
And there's no internet where you can look them up.
Yeah.
Oh wait, there is.
Or you get us probably those cheat books back in the day.
Yeah.
Like how to win a Nintendo, and
I
it's
still
like
have some of those.
they print it with typos, so you're forever screwed until you get the next edition.
Yeah.
Like, damn it, what the heck? This is a J. This isn't working, and then like you find out the next one it's supposed to be like an I. You're like, fuck.
We used to get the hint books
Yeah.
where like if you had to highlight it with a special pen for it to like reveal the text.
Oh,
Did
really?
you ever see those?
No.
I think I still have some. They're pretty
Dang.
because like it was actually good because it would give you different levels of hints. So like,
Oh,
if you didn't
so it
want
was
it
like
just
a-
to tell you what to do.
so it
it
was
would
like
give
a
you
spoiler,
right,
but
it would give you a
slowly,
vague
yeah.
hint, you know. And then if you highlight the next line, it'll be a little bit better. And then
Right.
on the last
That's
line,
pretty
it's like,
cool.
just fucking figure it out,
Yeah.
you idiot. This is the 80s.
How can you not believe it? There, I don't know why, but that reminds me. Speaking of books, that the Choose Your Own Adventure Mario ones,
Oh,
those
yeah.
were cool.
I love those.
They don't do.
I don't think I have those anymore. I should have saved
I
them.
think I have some at my house, but
Because they were Choose Your Own Adventure and puzzle books mixed together.
yeah, I remember I had one.
And you do the puzzles once, and then you're screwed.
yeah, because you're like, shit. I remember.
Like, why did I do this in pen?
Yeah, the book fairs were always cool.
Yeah.
You get like new books, but who has time for that shit?
Who has time to read?
Yeah.
That's why I got the novelization for Last Action Hero at one of those.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's like the opposite of what you want to do, is have a book based on an Arnold movie.
And I read it and it sounded awesome. And then when I finally saw the movie, I was like,
Yeah.
novelization was better.
Yeah. Surprising.
Yeah.
But,
It's not one of the best.
okay, so we've done
We're
that.
way off track.
No, we always are. But that's what makes it a 2-hour-long podcast. Or an hour and whatever.
Nope, 2 hours.
2 hours.
2
2
hours or
hours. You're ready for fun. So we're gonna do best and worst.
I can't
This
believe Dario Argento replied.
what?
I can't believe Dario Argento sent us a letter.
And yeah, email.
How did you get the address of the headquarters? So I want to know.
I don't know I think that mainly he can do whatever he wants.
Because he's like magical.
He's the master of the macabre.
You can tell by that stationery he used.
Yeah.
It was horrifying.
It was pretty horrifying. But
Alright.
he's a good pen guy. Penmanship. Or
Good
whatever.
penmanship.
Yeah. I'm sure he looks nice. Actually, he doesn't. That was a weird statement.
You disgusting.
Yeah, I did. His actions are disgusting. He could be a gorgeous man. I don't know. Okay, so we're gonna move on to best and worst. Maybe we should just call this the best and worst, because the best of the worst so far we've just been doing the best.
Yeah,
So maybe we'll just do best and worst.
I think that makes sense.
So we will now be deleting all the other podcasts. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, this segment is now
Better
called
burn them onto tapes.
Best and Worst. We are now going to discuss the Dark Knight himself.
Batman.
Batman?
Batman.
There's more than one. That is
Yeah.
true. There is more than one actor that has played Batman. Can you name them,
Hence,
Matt?
Batman. Probably not.
Okay.
I could name
Adam West, Michael Keaton,
Yeah.
Val Kilmer, Christopher... Wait, no, that's Superman.
I thought you were going to say Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken. Crap.
George Clooney.
George Clooney, yeah, that's right. And then the latest one was
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. We're leaving out like the old Batmans, like
Yeah.
the super old, like the serials,
They
and
don't
like. Yeah, it's just I haven't seen them, and I don't think
haven't
Matt
either.
has either, so we can't really say anything about it. We can't be like, this is the best Batman because he's old and it's on black and white. Like,
And we're hipsters.
yeah. Hey,
Speak
it's
for
just the way
myself.
it is. So, I made a Batarang today.
But you did it in a cheesy way.
Oh god. So, which one do you want to start with first? Worst or best?
Selling Batman to the key.
Hey,
It's just the way it is.
it's just the way Bruce Wayne is. If anybody didn't know, Bruce Wayne is Batman, so I'm sorry if I've
Spoiler
totally
alert.
spoiled it.
Damn.
So, Batman, of course, is aided by his trusty,
Steed.
yeah, Alfred,
Not Steed.
Steve
Butler.
Butler, and he's got the Batmobile sometimes. He's got the Batplane, or sometimes they call it the Batwing. Batarangs. Pretty much Batman has anything because they do that whole thing where they're like, Batman can make up whatever he wants. So he just has pretty much anything he needs. Well, I mean, as far as like in the movies, you look at it, like especially the Adam West one, you're like shark spray. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Shark repellent spray.
That's probably my favorite thing that's
and it
happened
fucking blows up.
in any movie.
I remember the first time I saw that, I didn't get what was happening because I thought it was maybe a flub or something. Because it like blew up, and I was like, "Sharks don't explode. Did the propellant make it explode?" And then you find out later that they put a bomb in the shark, and I was like, "So they're even worse villains because they were going to kill that shark regardless." It's like,
Think of how
Jesus.
genius that plan was. Because if the shark attack didn't kill him,
the bomb. Yeah,
diabolical.
it would have been
Robin.
a blast regardless.
Ah!
Not really. A blast would indicate a good time for Batman. And that would have been the
Or
very
that he was
worst.
being blown up.
Yeah, I guess that would have made sense then. So
Precisely.
I will bash him brutally. It's like, geez, man. Batman's gone through a lot of changes over the years.
Oh, yeah.
From, more of a detective to Batman gained a lot of, like, notoriety and like, fans with the Adam West portrayal. It was more campy, definitely, like, goofier. There was probably never
He did the Batusi.
Yeah, there was never anything really... I mean, there was serious stuff, but it was never like, hey, we beat one of the Robins to death in one of the comics. It's like, Jesus.
They did that?
Yeah. Joker beat Jason Todd to death in a comic.
Jesus!
With a crowbar.
I've never read a Batman comic.
I really have not read too many of them, but I know of them enough, thanks to, like, Zach and, like, some other people, that I'm able to, like, formulate kind of things that have happened in the past. There's some, like, pretty big comics that have happened. Like, The Dark Knight is what, like, turned Batman into, like, a dark asshole. Or, like, a dark, like, crusader and stuff. Or kind of, like, made it more... Instead of, like, the campy thing, he's more, like, gothic and stuff. So, I mean, I guess we could... Do you want to talk movies? I guess we will, obviously. But
Sure.
also talk... I think I also kind of want to talk about the people that play the Joker, because he's definitely the number one protagonist to... Or maybe antagonist? I always get those two confused. The bad guy.
Yeah.
To Batman's good guy.
Antagonist.
He's an antagonist.
Yes.
He teases ants.
Quit tagonizing those ants,
We
you
ain't talking
antagonist.
sister. We're talking about things that can carry 10 times their own weight. I wish I could do that. Damn it, this frickin' cop! Okay. So we're gonna talk
Hashtag podcast cup.
podcast. Yeah, we have the camera that we're recording this in a Dixie cup to hold it up straight. So
Hey, it works.
it does. I think we're doing a good job here. So
I asked the bosses for an upgrade, but
they cut my tires.
yours too?
AKA my throat.
I thought that was you.
What, I cut your tires?
Yeah.
I cut my own tires to make it seem like they were threatening us. I was like, Matt, that son of a bitch is asking for something better than this cup. What the fuck? And then I cut my own tires. I'm like, what did this motherfucker do? I'm like, yeah. Matt's Batman and I'm the Joker because I'm insane. I don't want to be the Joker. I'd rather be like the Riddler or like, I don't know. Who would you pick if you were going to be a Batman villain?
I'd be the shark so I could breathe underwater.
Like the one that blew up? Or King Shark?
The one with the bomb inside it.
Well, I guess there you have it.
Isn't there a shark character? Or a shark
The
bad
one
guy?
in yeah,
Great White or whatever?
there's a King Shark, but he's like, I don't know if he's a Batman villain. There's there's Killer Croc.
Yeah, that's what I was
Okay.
thinking of. Not shark.
No, you're fine. So Killer Croc
Another
would swallow a bomb.
Deadly aquatic creature.
Yeah. Yeah, he's awesome. I like him. I don't know, I think I like the Penguin and I like Mr. Freeze.
Yeah,
Batman's got like great villains.
that's true. That's probably why
He's so popular.
Yeah.
Superman's got like Lex Luthor and like
I couldn't even name another one.
Darkseid, but Darkseid's kind of like their Thanos, so he's kind of like, he threatens everyone.
General Zod. Is he only from the movie?
I think they kind of put him in the comics too, but he's like from the Phantom Zone. It's like it's kind of like one of those things where they could bring back as many Kryptons that were banished there as they wanted to. Like, oh, he's the last one of his kind, but actually, there's all these other guys that came out of the Phantom Zone, and yeah. Anyway, we could talk DC all day, bro.
All right, I like it.
Let's do it. So let's go best or worst, Matt.
Best or worst, eh?
Which one do you think? Best or worst? Which one are we going to do
I
first?
think we should do worst.
Okay, let's do it.
Because I don't want to end this podcast on a horrible note.
Well, I'm sure that we will.
We'll find a way. We always do.
I think as Eazy-E said, Eric Bischoff, when we're going worst, controversy creates cash. And I think that's what's going to happen here, Matt.
Cha-ching!
Even though we're not going to
Dollar
get paid for
sign.
this shit.
What? I'm out.
We're going to get paid in wonderful time together. Friends.
Isn't that the truest form of payment?
Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean...
Nope, cash money.
Oh, shit.
Bling bling, motherfucker.
I was about to get super, sentimental. Oh, well.
On this podcast.
Oh, well. The only thing that matters now is my demise. But okay, so what would you say your worst like Batman film would be? I have a couple things to say about this, but I want to hear what you have to say first.
You sure?
Yeah, why not, man?
All right.
I like Batman, but he's not my favorite superhero.
All right.
You're just gonna keep saying all right because you're afraid of what you're gonna. All right, now, ladies. Yeah.
All right, now, fellas. Yeah.
When it's cold, it's Mr. Freeze cold. Chill out.
All right.
I know what you're gonna say. I think I know what you're gonna say.
My worst.
Yes.
All right. First of all, I need to get this out of the way because I'm probably gonna piss off a lot of people.
I hate you, Mike. I'm only doing this because you have a gun to my head. Shh. It's starting.
This movie is not a bad movie. It's a well-made movie.
I think that like I want to like say that all the movies that at least the things I'm gonna not all the movies but the movie that I picked, I don't think it's like a bad movie. It's just a movie as well that I already think that this is the same movie that we're going to be talking about here.
Really?
Yeah.
My worst is The Dark Knight.
Which one?
The one from 2008 with Heath Ledger as the Joker.
Oh. Yeah, that wasn't the one I was going to pick.
Yeah. Because everyone loves this movie except me.
No, I that's not the reason why I was going to pick it. Or because I thought the one after that was worse.
Yeah,
I thought it was more. I thought it was
argument.
more boring.
Yeah, but this movie pisses me off more.
Tell the truth,
Because-
Matt.
Like I said, it's not a bad movie. Like, there's definitely some cool things about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got Batman and the Joker in it.
Yeah.
I mean, how bad can it really be? But it's not what I want in a Batman movie.
Yeah.
And all right, let's get into it.
Yeah, go for it, man.
First of all, this movie should be called Harvey Dent. Because that's what it's about. Batman is barely in this movie.
That's the way I felt with the Dark Knight Rises, too.
Yeah, it's kind of the same situation. But I think Harvey Dent is a more boring character than anything that was in the third movie. I wasn't a fan.
I think if they were going to just have it be about Two-Face, then I would care more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he became Two-Face at the very end.
And died, yeah.
And died and did, like... his character made no sense. He turned evil for no reason.
Yeah.
It was, like, even worse than Anakin Skywalker turning evil. Like, it made even less sense to me.
Yeah, because he fucking tried to kill him.
Yeah. So, that's my first problem with it. It's not a Batman movie. My second problem is they tried to make it realistic. Right?
I think it's like the whole franchise's problem.
It is, but in Batman Begins, it wasn't like that. It was
Yeah,
way
that's
more
true.
comic-y and cartoonish. So they totally flip-flopped
Cartoonish.
for the second one.
Yeah, the third one was like that, too.
Yeah. Like, I'm fine if you want to make it realistic. You know, it's a different take on the whole thing. But, like, you can tell that they saw the movie Heat, and they're like, let's make the movie Heat, but with Batman in it.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not as good.
Right.
And that's not what I want in a Batman movie.
Yeah.
Like, in The Dark Knight, Gotham City is Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't Chicago in the first movie. It was Gotham. You know, there were
Right.
cartoonish buildings, and
It was really like
It looked totally
dark,
different.
too. Yeah.
why do they... That's incompetent.
Yeah.
And it pisses me off. So, I mean, the whole time I was watching this movie, I was like, damn, you know, all these little details were rubbing me the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
And the Joker in it is great. Like, I don't think anyone would deny that Heath Ledger is pretty awesome.
Right.
But he's barely in the movie, too.
Yeah.
Like, he makes up maybe 10% of the movie.
Yeah.
So, no Batman, an awesome Joker that's way underused,
Yeah.
and you have a recipe for a boring movie.
It is really long.
It's way too long.
Yeah.
You're 2 hours into this movie, and you have a scene with two fairies, where the people on the ferries have to, like,
Oh,
decide
yeah.
if they want to
Yeah.
blow up the other one. I'm like, what the fuck are we watching? Like, where's Batman? I've been watching this for 2 hours, and now I have to watch a whole group of new characters go through all these decisions, and like, what? Why? It's stupid and meaningless, and get it out of my Batman movie. The end. And all those same problems apply to the third one too.
Yeah.
So, but the third one didn't have even
Batman.
like the Heath Ledger cool factor.
Yeah. So why is the third one not the worst then, Matt?
Because this one pissed me off more. Like, I knew what I was getting into with the third one. It was
It's
more
because
of
you
the
were
same.
disappointed with the second one, so you
Yeah.
knew the third one probably wouldn't be as great, and so you came in with like crap expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Bane was kind of cool.
I could see that, but Joker and Harvey, like, seeing at least Two-Face on the screen was better, for me at least, than seeing them shoot straight into Bane, like they did with Spider-Man 3, where they shot from, like, Doc Ock straight into Venom. It's like, that's, like, 6 movie shit, not, like, 3rd movie shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I mean, it was so clear that the third one, they just didn't have anything else to do. Like, they clearly wrote that for, like, Joker to come back, but Heath Ledger died and they weren't going to recast him, so they were just like, well, we're fucked, so we got to hurry up and get someone to be Bane, but be, like, a shitty version of Bane.
So your worst is The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I don't think I've ever rewatched either one of these movies. 'Cause
I've-
they're both boring.
They are. I tried to rewatch the third one, and it's unwatchable. Like, I could not get through it.
Yeah, there's like a lot of problems with like the third one that I didn't like about how like Commissioner Gordon was like the last person to figure out that he was Batman, and he was going around telling everyone he was fucking Batman.
Speaking of Commissioner Gordon, here's a huge. I mean, normally I don't care about plot holes. Like, I'm into a movie enough that
The
like.
third one had like a shit ton.
Well, listen to this. So the main bad guy, spoiler alert, turns out to be Talia al Ghul,
Right,
and she dies by driving a truck off of a bridge.
right.
Commissioner Gordon was in the fucking back of the truck,
and
and he gets out and he's just fine.
Yeah.
He's not even limping at all. Explain it.
And there was a bomb back there too.
No seatbelt. She had her seatbelt on and she
Yeah.
died. He was bouncing around like a rag doll. And he just walks out like, "Hey, Batman, how's it going?
He's like,
another
hey,
adventure."
Wait, are you Batman? Are you Bruce Wayne? It's like he told that one dude that was fucking. Like, I thought Robin was going to be in the movie, but apparently he never becomes Robin. Or he does, maybe, but it's like...
Well, at the end of the movie, they say, "Thank you, Robin."
Yeah,
the
it's like-
end. It's like, wow, that wasn't satisfying.
Yeah. Yeah. So pretty much, I guess, our worst are, like, the last two Batman.
Yeah, I mean, I think...
Batman Begins was great. I actually went
I
back
agree.
and rewatched that.
Yes, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Because it's more comic booky.
Yeah.
And, I don't know.
It actually felt like Gotham when they were in Gotham and
Yeah.
stuff. And then they kind of, like, went off the rails with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
Did
Fuck
you
it.
like Bane?
The, like, Bane the character?
Mhm.
I mean, he's a cool, like, character in the comics, but I didn't like how they did him in the fucking movie, because it was, like...
I just like how he sounded like Sean Connery.
His plane was shit.
It made no sense.
Yeah. And then it
That's
turned out he wasn't even the bad guy. It was, like,
He was-
Talia al Ghul.
Right.
Which is stupid, because she fucking usually, like, teams up with Batman.
Yeah, he did have a couple good lines, though.
Yeah.
Go and do this, and then I'll kill you.
He's like, hey, let me
Killing his
get everyone
henchmen.
in the police department in the sewers.
Yeah,
And then
literally every single one.
And they were down there for, like, years, apparently. Because it turned into fucking December or some shit.
Right. Batman's barely in that movie.
Because he
Also-
fucking got his back broke, because
Well-
apparently after the second movie, he became crippled. Because he fell from, like, a foot.
You know that you have a problem with your movie when your main character grows 2 beards over the
Yeah.
course of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus.
Yeah. Like, why the fuck would you ever make Batman become crippled? Like,
I agree. I mean,
there was no...
I want to see my Batman going off on adventures, facing different villains.
Right.
And in a comic book fashion.
I was like, this third movie better be all the villains versus Batman, but instead it was like, they had a scene with, like, I think the Riddler was in it, like, in one scene, and then they had, like...
Really?
Or wait, not the Riddler. Scarecrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was kind of another
Yeah.
wasted character.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Well, yeah, I guess I thought you would go with Batman and Robin as your worst, because most people,
No.
would say that that's a horrible movie.
It is a horrible movie,
kinda
but
is.
at least you can watch it and be like, wow, this is fucking horrible, but at least it's got some weird, funny stuff in it.
Yeah, at least,
Like-
yeah, you know what it has in it? Batman!
It's true. Like, these movies had Batman, but the problem was the ratio. It was like the Turtles movie. The ratio of Turtles
Yeah.
to, like, the actual. It wasn't like April O'Neil the movie.
That's what it should have been called, because that's what it was.
Yeah.
April O'Neil and shitty sidekick.
Yeah. And there's just one of them. Which one was it now?
What's the dude that hangs out with her?
Oh, fucking Vernon.
Yeah.
The guy that was actually an asshole in the cartoons, but he was like a nice guy in the movie for some reason.
An unfunny guy.
It's like, why would you pick Vernon out of all the characters to bring in? They had like, instead of like Mr. Thompson, it was like Mrs. Thompson. I was like, I don't really care about that. Like, if her boss is like white, black, female, male, whatever. I don't give a shit about that.
Where's Casey Jones, bro?
But it's like they brought in like him, but there was no Casey Jones. There was no like, you know, like Shredder was in it, but barely. It
Yeah.
was like the same thing with the Turtles. Like, it's like halfway through the movie, they were like, oh shit, fuck, the Turtles are supposed to be in this movie, and we're supposed to have Shredder be the bad guy, not this sax guy.
Yeah. I think that's literally what happened.
It seems like it.
Like they just messed up.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh crap, we gotta
And then
fix this.
yeah, it's like, but from Batman to Turtles, how they fucked it by
Yep.
Mad Mike.
And probably how they'll continue to
I have like
make
faith in the
crappy movies.
second one for Turtles, but just because they have the guy that plays Arrow being Casey Jones, because there
Yeah,
wasn't
there's
anybody with talent in the first movie, except for like the guy that played.
Leonardo.
Well, no, like the voice actors were great,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean like. The only person with talent in that first movie was the guy that played Vernon, but that character's shit, so it doesn't matter. Like, he didn't get to be funny, he didn't get to be an asshole, he was just like a limp spaghetti. Like, no one cared about him, because you knew that April doesn't end up with fucking Vernon Thompson, she ends up with Casey Jones. So, why even bring him in?
She doesn't end up with the turtles?
T-U-R-T-L-E Powell. That'd be weird. Or would it?
Yeah. I think
Check it out online. You may be disgusted. You may be enraged. You may want to put a
what's
chicken
the
in a
bad
cage.
guy in that movie? What's his name? William whatever. The
Dafoe?
Turtles?
Or,
In the Turtles movie?
which one? The latest one?
Yeah.
Like William Sass?
Yeah. He was supposed to be the Shredder.
Right, yeah. And then
But
they
at the last minute they changed it.
Right.
And they're like, let's just make another guy the Shredder for no reason.
Well, I thought that's what was going to happen, but I was kind of like,
It's like, nope, he just knows the Shredder.
they yeah, and he was funding him. Because he,
Made
like,
no
was
sense.
his friend. Or, like, his son or something. I didn't get what was going on. Yeah.
No one did.
Remember that time we made a podcast and it was supposed to be about Batman and we talked about turtles?
We blew it.
But that's okay because we've got time to spare because
Because we're gonna be
we
killed by
ripped the
Dario
shit out
Argento.
of Batman, the last ones. Okay.
Anything final thoughts on our worst picks? I guess we both kind of agree a little bit.
So, yeah, I mean the last ones they made, like the Joel Schumacher ones, were shitty.
Yeah.
They were definitely like as they went on, it was trying to fit as many motherfuckers in as possible.
Right.
But they kind of followed that same shit.
Villain overload.
Yeah, they kind of followed that same trend in like the latest Batman movies anyway. The problem was that like with the Joel Schumacher ones, at least they had a lot more Batman in it, but like the fucking CG and everything was so shit. But it was like, you know, it's hard because you could make a case either way that both of, like the last ones, like the Joel Schumacher ones, are the worst, or these are the worst. But it's like, to me, like you have to at least make Batman. Like when you do like a realistic take, I don't really like that with superheroes because to me like there is nothing realistic about someone going out and being Batman
Yeah.
because it fucking cannot happen.
Yeah.
Unless you're like from the year like 40,000 or something, and you have like shields and no one can touch you or kill you with a bullet.
Or you're well, they kind of did in Kick-Ass, but he instantly got
But
stabbed.
even that would be you'd be dead because they would just hold him
he
down and
almost
cut his
died
head
in the
off.
first- right.
Like
Yeah.
it just because it's like in James Bond. Just because you can't feel pain doesn't mean that like if you get shot you wouldn't die. Like you just wouldn't feel it. You would just be dead.
I don't think you know how it works, Mike.
Sorry, you have to feel pain to die.
Yeah.
I just have to train myself not to feel pain, and then I can be shot in the face.
Pain is just a state of mind.
Yeah, pain train's coming, baby.
Woo woo!
Okay, so let's go on to the best.
All right.
What do you think?
Why don't you go first this time?
Oh my god. Okay, this one probably won't be a surprise. Batman with Michael Keaton.
The first one?
Yes.
Nice.
If I had to, like, I mean, I don't think there's any argument. If we could put this in, like, if it was like any Batman, I would say Batman the Animated Series, because that's like there really isn't like any.
Well, Mask of the
Contest.
Phantasm was a movie.
Yeah.
I saw it in theaters.
Yeah. I think Roger Ebert said that was like his favorite.
Really?
Yeah, one of his favorite movies, like animated.
Dude,
Yeah.
it was pretty good.
Yeah.
And it had Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
Or did it?
Wait, maybe it didn't. Because I don't think the bad guy in that one was the Joker. It was
It was
like
the Phantasm.
it was like the girl that he used to go out with that was getting revenge on like the mafia people or something like Rupert Thorne and some other bad guys. But
It's been a long
If-
time since I've seen that one.
yeah, I mean, if I had to
Been a
go,
long time. Getting from Phantasm to here.
boy. If I had to pick, it would be Batman the
Tall
Animated
Man.
Series.
Sorry. Yeah, that series was awesome.
Because it also led into like a lot of other great things, like Superman the series, and then even better than that was like the Justice League series, like the cartoon series. So
I never saw any of this.
the hell are you doing?
I blew it.
But if I mean, this is like we're picking Batman movies. So if we're picking Batman movies, I'd have to say Batman, Michael Keaton, the first one.
I thought you might go with the Adam West one.
That one was funny and it was good, but it was like I can't say that I'd like. It's hard because that one is it's totally different than any of the other Batman on this list because even though like with like the Batman Returns, like all those other movies, like there was at least some seriousness to it.
Yeah, it was more serious.
And there was no. It was like Austin Powers as Batman, because it was so goofy and stuff. I guess I'm just used to like Batman being like more serious, but at the same time, like whenever there is comedy with Batman, it's really funny because he's usually serious.
Well, it was more true to the comic book, right? I mean, the comic book wasn't a total joke when it
Right.
first came
Yeah.
out. I mean, I've never read it, but I assume it wasn't
Right. They actually have a
comedy.
series now that's called like Batman 1970 or 69 or something like that, where it's actually Adam West and Burt Ward in comic form.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And like it's more like goofy like the show, and they've even had like some of the characters that were in that show become comic book characters, like
Nice.
King Pharaoh or King Tut or whatever.
Vincent
Look-
Price as the Eggman. or
Eggman,
whatever.
yeah, it's like what the fuck. But I mean, it was a yeah, it's like Jesus. It was a great show and it was a great movie. I think the reason why I would pick the Michael Keaton one is because in that movie, like in the first one and the second one, that's what like Gotham to me is like.
Oh yeah.
Besides the cartoon, I mean, it's like the super tall buildings, like the everything looks 50s style or 40s style, and it's like the cars are like luxurious and stuff. Like
I'll jump in on this one with you because I picked the same one.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, I totally agree. Like it looks awesome.
Yeah.
I think at the time no movie had really looked like this because it was kind of like
Right.
gothic.
And I think
hence Gotham City.
it had like
It wasn't fucking Chicago.
Chicago City. Chicago City.
I saw Ditka in one of the scenes.
Did you?
No.
That would be fucking weird. He's like the heart of rock and roll is forbidden.
What?
I don't know.
Like we're gonna do the Super Bowl shuffle.
But I guess that does kind of connect because Batman, like the Michael Keaton ones, like that's around the same time the animated adventures started because it came off of that and like it was supposed to be kind of like a you know, continuation of like what was going on with Batman at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I guess I could say that like both of those were kind of joined, but obviously
Okay.
Michael Keaton wasn't voicing Batman. It was Kevin Conroy, which I think is the best voice of Batman, as Mark Hamill is the best Joker.
Yeah,
I can't dispute
can't argue.
what is in the truth.
Although I think Michael Keaton will always be my favorite.
Michael Keaton is the best live action Batman to me for sure. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah,
My favorite Joker, live action. I'm trying to think.
Caesar Romero is pretty great.
Yeah, there's like what is it? There's just three main ones besides
Yo-ho!
Mark Hamill, Caesar Romero, Heath Ledger, and Jack. Good old Jack
Burton.
Jack Burton, yeah,
Jack Nicholson.
yeah. Jack Nicklaus, the golfer,
The Golden Bear.
the gold bear. I don't know. The thing is like everybody brings something different to the Joker, and that's what's kind of cool about like different portrayals of the Joker.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of hard to mess up. If you act crazy,
Right.
you could probably pull it off.
Like the obviously like the Heath Ledger Joker was more about chaos than anything. He seemed to have a plan, but it wasn't really, it wasn't like he wasn't out to like steal shit like the Mark Hamill Joker, where he would like steal something and then like try to kill Batman. He was like, more so like, hey, I'm just gonna burn this money because I don't give a shit. And like he's like, fucking chaos. I'm like, I don't get it. And then there was like, C. Romero was more just funny.
Yeah.
Like, and I think Jack Nicholson.
Hence, joke.
Oh! But like he was more, I don't think he ever killed anyone.
Yeah, he did. He fucking fried that guy.
Oh yeah,
He
that's right.
shook his,
Oh yeah, he
like-
turned into bones.
Yeah.
Never mind, he did.
When I was a little kid and I saw that, it started
Wasn't that in the
scarred me from
movie or
life.
whatever?
Yeah. He turned him into like a charred corpse.
Yeah.
He's like,
I think that was the only death.
and he stabbed a guy with a pen.
Did he?
Yeah, I remember he's a mime and he comes up and like dancing
Oh yeah.
and he stabs a guy in the heart with a pen. Also horrifying.
I don't think that happened in the show though, because it was on TV probably.
Yeah.
So things were a little bit more out of control in the movies, obviously. But I don't know. What do you say about Jack Nicholson?
I liked him.
Yeah,
He's totally entertaining.
I don't think there's been a bad Joker to me. Like I haven't watched a Joker that I was like, man, that guy sucks.
Wait till Suicide Squad.
Yeah, that.
But that's what everyone says every time when they.
Yeah,
first show
I mean,
Heath
that's
Ledger,
why I
everyone's like,
haven't-
this is bullshit.
I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, and then he became like the greatest Joker of all time
Yeah.
to some people. So
You can't.
it's
People
like
get too worked up about casting.
it's like Bond. Everybody has
Exactly.
a favorite Bond.
When Daniel
character.
Craig was announced,
Yeah.
people rioted.
he was fucking the worst, Matt. Fuck Daniel Craig. He's a
You're-
piece of shit.
You're wrong,
What? Who's your favorite Bond?
Roger Moore.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Who's the funniest?
Looking. He was the oldest.
Yeah, he was the creepiest.
He was the deadest. No, he wasn't. He's still alive.
Yes.
Um,
R.I.P.D.
a coyote made love to my skull.
She really goaded me.
It's like, heh. I don't know what my favorite Bond character would be. Like my favorite Bond. I mean, Sean Connery. Everybody picks Sean Connery, but
It's hard to beat.
yeah,
It's hard to beat Sean Connery.
yeah, to death.
Yeah, I've tried so many times.
I think Pierce Brosnan is like my least favorite, honestly.
Yeah.
He's like he was good in Goldeneye and some other movies, but like to me he was kind of like how Obi-Wan Kenobi was played in like the prequels. Like I felt like there should have been more.
He was a little bit bland.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
it was kind of like eating a cracker. You're like, it's a cracker.
Yeah. I think
Like-
George Lazenby is the worst.
Really?
Yeah. Like his movie is one of the best, but
Yeah.
he's not.
He's more of a
awesome
like
in it.
Austin Powers character in that movie. So, like in like Flynn or some shit.
So your pick for best Bond movie is
Drum roll, please. Joker.
what if Bond faced the Joker? Greatest movie ever.
He would just kill him and there wouldn't be a
He'd
problem.
just shoot him.
Unlike Batman that keeps letting him fucking escape like an idiot.
Well, you got me.
I mean, I guess that's what it boils down to is Batman is an awesome guy, but his problem is he keeps fucking letting the motherfuckers live.
Yeah.
But we've gone from, we need to talk, I guess, Batman, Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
That movie was great. I think, I don't know if I'm right or not, but did that movie come around Christmas? Because it was a Christmas themed, at least in the movie,
I
it was
think
like,
you're thinking of the second one. Or no.
the
I think
first one,
they're both like that.
Yeah, they're both like around Christmas, I think.
Yeah. The first one was like one of the first like non-Disney movies I ever saw in the theater.
Yeah.
So it was like a memorable experience.
Besides like Sleepaway Camp /
Jesus.
You're like, I'm scared.
I think the soundtrack is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Like the Danny Elfman theme
yeah.
is totally memorable, and all the Prince songs are pretty awesome.
Yeah. Danny Elfman is great. The only problem is, like, after hearing the soundtrack, you realize he does one theme and that's it.
Oh yeah.
Like, when he scored Spider-Man, I was like, Batman theme.
Right.
It's like fucking learn how to fucking
Yeah, he's
make
been
music.
phoning it in for years.
Piece of shit.
We calling you out, Danny Elfman.
We're gonna have Danny Elfman and Dario Argento in here.
Danny Elfman, that guy's disgusting. With his similar sounding themes.
Yeah, he needs to fucking knock it up a notch. He ain't no John Williams.
I miss the days when like a popular artist would do the score for a movie.
Yeah.
Like that never happens anymore, and it used to happen all the time.
I miss like when they would make a song that would like at the end of the movie that would talk about what happened in the movie. Like in Turtles or in like Ghostbusters and stuff like that.
Or Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah.
When they sang about Big Trouble in Little China.
Right. They don't do that anymore, sadly.
I know.
They need to.
I agree.
What happens if you fall asleep and you wake up at the end credits? You need to know what happened.
You need that recap.
You couldn't just look it up on the internet, on the IMDb. But yeah, Michael Keaton, I think he's reprising his role as Beetlejuice.
What?
In Beetlejuice 2, yeah.
Dude!
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I can't wait. Because it's another
Oh my
great
god, I
movie.
can't wait.
It's another Michael Keaton role that is awesome.
Yeah. Did you see Birdman?
I need to,
He was pretty good.
but I heard it was awesome.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton is great.
Have you ever seen Night Shift with him and Henry Winkler?
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
That's pretty great.
Yeah.
He's hilarious.
Yeah. It's a night shift.
It's a night shift.
You better watch out. I
Um,
don't know what else to say about this, honestly. I mean,
this movie also has my favorite Batmobile.
yes!
I think the Batmobile
It's
is
the same.
coolest.
They use that exact same Batmobile in the animated adventures.
Yeah.
Because it's all set in that same gothic, like, detective, like, you know, LA Noir, noir setting, where it's just, like, everything is very, like, gritty and, like, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think there's very many happy endings in, like, these Batman movies. Like, in the second one, like, Catwoman ends up killing herself to, like, kill, what's his face?
Penguin.
Or no, because Penguin...
Oh, Christopher Walken.
Yeah, Christopher Walken's character.
Yeah, that movie was pretty horrifying.
Yeah.
I remember, I think... when
It
we
also
saw
shows
this,
how stupid the fucking people of Gotham are that they would vote for the Penguin.
like, let's vote for this actual monster.
Yeah, like literally he's eating raw fish.
He has flippers for hands.
Yeah, and his mouth is like, when he's eating, like,
There's like
tar is
black
coming
shit
out of his mouth.
and I was like crying in the
Yeah.
theater when I saw that as a little kid. Ah,
Yeah. Danny DeVito. A true monster.
yeah, he's more monster than man.
Oh, God.
The last thing I'll say about the first Batman is it has the greatest Harvey Dent ever, Billy D. Williams.
Yeah, it's true.
He was going to be Two-Face in the sequel, but they blew it. 'Cause that would have been awesome.
What they end up doing.
They just cut him out of them.
Oh, okay. They ended up, like, Harvey Dent was, like, a character that was, like, friends with Bruce Wayne for, like, a long time. And then he had that accident and went kind of insane and became, like, a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, got scarred. But it was, like, they could have done that and then had him play, you know, that character, and that would be awesome. But
Yeah.
the problem was after Batman 2, it just became shit.
Yeah.
Like, Batman 1 and 2 were awesome, and then it was, like, you know, there were certain things that were cool. Like,
Well, we
having,
had
like,
Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face.
yeah, the worst Two-Face of all
One of
time.
the worst, most embarrassing performances
Yeah.
you'll ever see.
And, like, Jim Carrey as, like, one of the only good things about
I think
the
he's
movie,
actually really good
Yeah.
in that movie.
as the Riddler.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like the only good thing about that movie, pretty much.
I think you're right.
And then let's see, what were the other ones? He had
Arnold
yeah,
as Mr.
The
Freeze.
casting of Robin was great. He's a great character. Who was that guy?
Chris O'Donnell. He's like Blandville.
Who was he though? I mean, what else did he?
Nothing.
Was he in?
I think he's in like Law and Order now, or one of those shows.
I thought he had been in like a lot of other things.
I'm not a big fan of his. I think he's pretty boring in those movies.
Yeah,
It's like Snooze City.
just like Liam Neeson.
What? How dare you?
It's the truth, Matt.
You think he's boring?
No, I'm just kidding. You didn't get pissed off as much as I thought you would. Damn it!
I'm scared of Liam Neeson.
I'm not scared of Liam Neeson because I'm sure he's a nice guy.
He's disgusting.
He's not disgusting. He's nice. That's even weirder.
Liam Neeson's?
But I liked George. What's his face? George Clooney as Batman. He wasn't bad.
He was okay.
He's better than Val Kilmer.
Yep.
Val Kilmer had like fat face.
Val Kilmer, also totally
The
boring.
worst fucking Bruce Wayne of all time.
Yeah, I mean, there's just nothing to him. It was like they might as well put a mannequin.
Like,
in.
why did they cast him? What's he ever been in that was good?
Tombstone with Kurt
But
Russell.
he didn't carry that movie.
No, but he was really good in that movie.
Yeah, because
And-
like other people
and
were in
Heat.
that movie.
Right.
Like, has there ever been a movie he was just in that was good?
Like
And
that he
so-
was the.
like the main guy.
I think you may have a point.
I mean, I'm not saying like I could do any better,
Top
but it's
Gun.
like fucking Val Kilmer. I thought that he was kind of cast as like a fucking shitty man's fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme. Or maybe I'm getting confused with like something else because I don't. Does he do action a lot?
Yeah. He's in Top
He
Gun.
just couldn't
I think
fucking
That was the
act.
first thing I saw him in.
Yeah.
But he's pretty bland.
Yeah. Well, fuck.
There you have it.
Damn. What if they had him and the guy you thought was bland as Robin in the same movie?
Chris O'Donnell.
Yeah.
They did, didn't they?
No, it was George Clooney and him.
Oh yeah.
Val Kilmer was the one with Riddler and
Robin wasn't in that one.
no, it was just
Okay.
him. And then the next one, he was like, "Fuck, I need help."
And they had Batgirl.
Yes, she showed up.
She brought a lot to the table.
Yeah, not really. The problem is like I don't know, like I don't really know what to say about. Like, there's nothing wrong with Batgirl, but like
Okay, so here's something interesting about Batman and Robin.
yeah, like the movie or the actual team.
The movie.
Okay.
There's a director's commentary that they did well after the movie came out.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. Have
Yeah.
you listened to that? Because it's
I
pretty
think
much.
I own that fucking movie.
He's pretty much like apologizing and talking about like, different aspects of the movie that were really crappy,
really.
and how he was under pressure from the toy companies to like put certain things in the movie so that they could make toys out of.
Really.
That's why they changed costumes like 4 times.
Right, yeah, and they have like
They
a
have,
bunch
like,
of different
A bunch of different vehicles that
Yeah.
and different kinds of vehicles. Like I think they they each have their own car,
right,
which is
doesn't
totally
make any
inefficient.
sense.
So like Robin, Batman, and Batgirl, like whenever they go anywhere, they drive 3 cars and just caravan.
Yeah.
And then when it snows out and gets icy, they have different cars that just like skate on ice.
Yeah.
It's like really
Yeah.
so stupid. What are you doing? It's so stupid. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you think the next Batman movie is going to be good?
Batman v Superman.
Yes, not versus. Get it right.
Maybe it's Batman 5 Superman.
They skipped right to the 5th one.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I think that
That's what I'm gonna call it from now on. Batman 5
Ben
Superman.
Affleck will be good as Batman.
Yeah.
He's never been in anything I thought was shit I can remember.
Reindeer Games.
I haven't seen that movie.
Reindeer Tames.
Reindeer Memes.
It was alright.
But I don't know. I think that it's kind of sad that they're jumping straight from like a Superman movie into like a Batman v Superman movie. I mean, I guess it's good that they're not doing like a reboot, but at the same time, it's like Do they really think that making this movie is going to spawn like a Marvel Cinematic Universe for DC?
I think they totally think that.
But
They're banking on it,
yeah,
I'm sure.
but it's not going to happen.
You never know. I'm sure it's going to make a ton of money, I mean, either way, so...
I don't know. I don't
You're
see
going to
it.
pay.
I might.
You're going to pay right now.
You're going to beat me.
So you're not going to see it?
I don't know.
Oh, taking a stand. On the record.
Maybe. We'll see.
Nice. I
I'm
respect
sure
that.
at the end of the day I will, but it's...
I mean, it's something different, which is what I kind of like about it. Like you said, I'm glad they're not doing another reboot.
Yeah. The problem was they should have just done it right from the beginning.
Yeah.
They should have, instead of being like, hey, we're going to reboot after the Christopher Nolan fuckfest, they should have just kept going with it and said, okay, well, we've already established this character is the same one. Because he was like, Christopher Nolan's like, we're never going to have any other superheroes in the same universe as Batman when I'm making movies. And I'm like, you were the stupidest piece of shit. Like,
You multimillionaire? You're stupid.
well, he's fucking stupid.
He made some stupid choices.
I don't care what anybody says. He's a fucking idiot. Like,
Interstellar was kind of cool.
well, no, yeah, that was fine. But I'm talking about, like, if you're going to make a Superman movie, if you're going to make a fucking Batman movie, with Marvel fucking making like billions of dollars every time they shit out anything that even has Marvel on it, like they're making a fucking Ant-Man movie and I'll go see that movie because I know that it'll be at least entertaining. Whereas like fucking something like they're going up to plate with Superman, that last one was fucking dog shit.
Yeah, it was not great.
It's like they can't even do that right. I can make a fucking better Superman movie than them, like in 3 seconds.
Did you see someone color corrected Superman on the internet?
No.
Or the latest movie, because you know how it was like real muted,
Right?
looking?
Yeah.
They like put the color back in, and it looks way better.
Really?
Like people are saying it's way better this way than
Wow.
which I can kind of believe
Yeah.
because it's a comic book. It should be
Right.
like colorful.
Like the only time it shouldn't be colorful is when it's Batman.
Right, the Dark Knight.
Right.
who's
Batman's
in the
world is
shadows.
like shit. And like
Right.
he always fights shit, but like everybody else is like not shit. So eat shit.
There you have it.
Eat it shits. So if you're making a Batman movie and you say I don't want this to be connected to any other superheroes, or if you're making a Superman movie and you don't have plans to like make other superheroes joined, I mean you might as well just not even make that fucking movie. Because you're not going to make a sequel that anyone's going to give a shit about.
Well,
I'm sorry to say, especially in the day and age when everything's connected with with Marvel.
that's true.
They're
But
fucking like TV shows. They're fucking Agent Carters and shit. All that stuff's connected.
yeah, which that's all fine. I get it, but as long as they focus on making a good movie, that's what I care about. And
But they
not
don't.
setting up a
That's the
bunch of-
fucking problem.
No, I agree.
So that's the biggest problem.
But not only do they not make a good movie, but it's all about setting up for some other bullshit.
That will never happen.
Right.
That's like fucking the Green Lantern movie that they fucking made and we went and saw in the theaters. And I thought it was going to be like the start of a new thing. At least that movie was like, I guess, somewhat
Seth
comic
Rogen?
book. Fucking Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, I was thinking
Not
the
Green
other-
Hornet.
Yeah, that's what I was
That was a good movie.
thinking. I thought so too.
Yeah. And sadly they didn't make a sequel, which would have been fucking great. But, you know, what are you going to do? I just don't know why it's so hard to make a good movie. I mean, you look at Marvel, and they're turning shit that no one gives a fuck about into, like, billion-dollar movies. And you look over at DC, and they have Batman, Superman, The Flash, fucking Green Arrow. Like, all these huge, like, heroes that people know who they are, and they can't do shit with them.
That's a problem.
Yeah, because they have fucking... They don't, like, I think over at Marvel, they have, like, the sentimentality of, like... knowing that if they let their directors and their writers do their job, then, like, they will get the money they're looking for. Like, they don't care about they care about the money, but they know that the money will come if they let the movie become what it should become. Whereas DC, they're thinking about how many toys they can sell before they even fucking write the movie. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
Which sucks because in my opinion, I like DC a lot better than I like Marvel.
You're a DC man.
Yeah.
That's all you crave.
I've always liked DC more because I like Batman, I like Superman. I mean, like, most
Yeah.
people know Superman and Batman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like besides Spider-Man and maybe the X-Men, who the fuck else do most people know?
No one.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, yeah, the Hulk, but that's like, if you're a kid and stuff, you know the Hulk because he fucking smashes shit, and so do you. But,
All right, should we wrap up?
I don't know. Do you have anything
Final
else to say?
I think
About
I've said
Batman?
my piece. I've done enough yelling for one podcast.
Yes. It was all fake, though. I can tell. You're rosy cheeked.
You got me.
I know.
I love The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight.
That Two-Face was one crazy kook.
He was crazy. He went crazy.
He did.
Yeah. But, yeah, I don't think, I mean, I could sit here all night and talk about what they're fucking up with DC, but, I mean, I'm not in the position to actually make the movie, so it's not going to change.
Yeah, I mean, all anyone does these days is speculate about movies, so I'll evaluate it on its own merit when it comes out.
Yeah.
If it sucks, I'll call it out right here on the Matt and Mike podcast experience.com.
There you go. Okay.
All right.
I agree. Did you have any other news?
I'm spent.
Okay. Cool. Well, I guess I don't know if we've ended earlier than we usually do, but surprisingly, there wasn't much to say. I don't think this time. I mean, there was,
I
but
think we said
I don't really know. We didn't talk
appropriate
about a lot about Adam West, but I don't really know what there is to say about that other than it was fucking weird.
he was
goofy.
hilarious.
Yeah. I'm sure somebody out there would say it's their favorite Batman,
I almost picked that one, actually.
but it's fucking not. So shut your fucking mouth. Know your role, Jabron. Know your role, Calzone.
Sounds delicious.
I call you Benny. Okay, that's enough of this shit.
So what are we going to do next week?
Oh, jeez. Guess we have to call it now.
We don't have to. Or do we? Let's see what the bosses have to say.
Yeah.
I'm going to get on the old, get on the horn here.
But yeah, if you guys
we have
definitely
to pick.
we're thinking right now, but definitely, I want everybody that listens to this podcast to like send a comment and tell us what your favorite Batman is. If you like the Adam West Batman, that's cool. If you like Michael Keaton, if you like
The Dark Knight,
Nolan,
you're wrong.
If you like the old serial Batman movies, tell us about that. If you like the animated series like we do, if you haven't seen the Justice League like Matt, just slash his tires.
They're already slashed.
Oh yeah, sorry. That's my fault. Just chime in with what you think. If you are excited for Batman v Superman, then tell us that too. If you
Batman 5 Superman.
yeah, if you think that Suicide Squad will be sweet, tell us about that.
If you don't think it'll be sweet, don't tell us about it.
Yeah.
Keep your mouth shut.
Send us a mental thought or an amethyst crystal through the mail, and I will get your astral projections as soon as possible once I talk to my Swami.
I think next week, in honor of the upcoming Jurassic World, we should do...
Star Wars?
Yes! How'd you know?
Jurassic Park?
Yes.
Okay. I agree. And Jurassic Park is a film franchise that I have seen multiple times, so I will be able to probably talk a lot more about that. We did talk a lot about Batman, but honestly, I have a lot more theories about Batman than I do actually seeing all the movies, because I've seen them all, but it's like,
Well, I think we should revisit it when Batman 5 Superman comes out.
There you go. Maybe we can
Because we'll both be picking it as our best.
Yes. Because, fuck it.
There you have it.
What do you think the plot of that's going to be? I mean, that's not really a fucking fight. But
I think Batman
will
might
shit his pants.
fight
He's going to fight
Superman?
the Grim Reaper. Superman's going to murder him. Honestly, I think it's going to happen where, they'll fight, but then, something else will happen and they have to team up. Because it's called Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, aka Dawn of Justice League. So they've already cast Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and all these other people. So obviously these people are going to show up in the movie. It's going to be inevitable. It's just kind of why did they have to like jump an Avengers movie so quick? You know what I mean? Oh well.
If they focus on making a good movie and not just setting up a bunch of other stuff, it could be good.
It could be, but I won't. So fuck off. Matt, make your own decisions. But if they're wrong, you're wrong. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking around here. Matt, put down that gun! Put down that... That was a bad sound effect.
Yeah,
It was like
dust.
Yeah, I was like... Stop shooting dust at me, Matt. Stop it. You're frightening me.
All that came out was a flag that said BAM.
Bam?
Air bang.
I was like, ah! Bam? Is it like a Flintstones flag? Is it Bam Bam?
Bam Margera.
Bam.
Because you know why? I do whatever the fuck I want.
You like shooting with a flag. It's just like, bam. It's like, okay. Oh,
All right.
God. Okay, so next week, Jurassic Park. Like I said, please, anybody,
Please.
comment so that we don't have to face the music with another Dario Argento letter. Okay. You have
Thanks for
anything else to
listening.
say?
Can't
Besides
wait till
that
next week.
and that?
That's it.
That was it right there. That's it.
Correct.
Correct is your last word?
Yes.
Yes is your last word?
Yes.
Yes is your last word?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes?
No.
No?
Ah, gotcha.
You said no. Okay, we'll see you next time, guys.